Hi, everybody. So I wanted to do a live last night. I went over to Instagram. If you're not following us on Instagram, I'm at Nomiki Konst and at the Nomiki Show on Instagram. That's where I went live last night because I didn't want people's phones to blow up at like 2 in the morning. I was wired, as I'm sure many of you were, watching the results come in. But this one, I mean, this one is very, very important to me personally because she's a friend of mine. And not only is she a friend, she is one of the most inspirational women I know of. Of course, Cori Bush won last night against William Lacey Clay in Missouri's 1st District. Cori Bush is one of the founding members of Matriarch. This is such a big deal, right? Like, when we had the idea of Matriarch, there was a coalition. A lot of people don't know this story, but it was a coalition of women who had run for office that were progressive women who have been talking to each other. And we all realized there were a lot of issues that women face when you're progressive, when you're working class, when, and this is important, when you decide on your own to run. Because sometimes what happens in the establishment and even in the progressive establishment is people will recruit you to run, which is still great. But if you decide on your own, you have to build a campaign from the ground up on your own. And if you've never run before, if you don't have access to wealth, if you were inspired to run because of the injustice in your community, in this country, and you say, I'm going to do it, most likely you don't have access to consultants, you don't have access to staff that is experienced, you don't have access to wealth because you got to raise money to pay these people in the first few weeks, the first few months. And you most likely won't get those endorsements until you show you have an operational campaign. That is the sad aspect of politics, even on the left. They have to wait until they see something that is worth using their political capital on. And a lot of women working, and this is institutional. This is institutional gender bias, this is institutional class bias. And, you know, there's a reason why some organizations years ago said early money is like yeast. It makes the dough rise. Because if you receive that early support, it helps you rise. It helps you become a stronger campaign. So we knew that this was an issue and we wanted to start an organization. Problem is we did it, thank you, Squirrel Lips. We did it in the middle of really the beginning of an election year, and we're building the ship as we went with Matriarch. And it's this beautiful coalition of about 50 plus women, progressive women across the country, leaders. And they all supporting women who are running that are progressive on an economic justice, intersectional economic justice platform that aren't taking corporate money. I don't know what's going on. What are you guys saying about my computer and my phone? It's my phone. I don't know what's going on. What, is this a real thing? Or are you guys just messing with me? I'm on my phone. It looks good on my end. It says it's possessed. I'm holding it. I got Wi-Fi. No one's texting me. Okay, screens. I just need one more person to say it's okay because I have something in my head. I want to get it out. I want to let it roll. There's a problem there. I'm fine. I think it's YouTube, guys. I don't know what's going on. Oh my God. Thank you, ART. Damn, $50. Oh my God, thank you. Okay, I have no idea what's going on. I'm gonna continue and I'm hoping for some people it's good. I don't know if it's your platform. I don't know if it's your type of computer. You know, some people are having power issues today. Not here, we're good. So it might be on that end. I don't know. It could be the servers. So anyways, Cori has run before. So she had some ingrained knowledge. She had some understanding of what she needed to do this time around that she didn't know last time. And what she did in our Matriarch Sisterhood, we had 10 candidates run. She was like a mentor because she'd run before. So she would help other candidates out. And then these 50 women who are on her advisory board offer different aspects of support, almost pro bono. And it's just a beautiful business model because we are able to support these candidates in ways that maybe other organizations, a lot of these endorsements don't come until the end, or they come midway. You got to show a poll, you got to show fundraising, you got to show, your campaign is structured a certain way, and that's good. But we got to get in early because otherwise it's just going to continue this system where we're not supporting enough women, enough progressives to make that tidal wave of change that needs to happen. So let's talk about how important this was, why this was seismic. I actually think it's probably the most seismic win, this is controversial, in the last 10 years. Let me tell you why. William Lacey Clay is part of a dynasty in Missouri. His family has been in office for over 50 years, actually 91 years. The name has been on the ballot. In fact, William Lacey Clay's father was bragging about it and said what got that name off the ballot, William Lacey Clay's father was a congressman before him, okay? So what he was saying was that it was Bernie money, outside money coming in. Like, okay, we're all a collective. We all know that her average donation was like in the teens. We all know that Bernie's average donation was in the teens and 20s in terms of dollars, and that it's a collective of thousands, tens of thousands, probably hit more actually by the end, of donations coming in. So, Bernie did come in for her. She was a surrogate for Bernie, but she was a knock down the house. I'm doing reverse order. But we have to remember, Cori Bush was once homeless. She was a working homeless woman, raising 2 children as a single mother. She's a nurse. She is a nurse now. She did not have access to appropriate health care. It was written about, our matriarch candidates were written about in the New York Times a few months ago after COVID hit. Nabila Islam, Cori Bush, and Samalis Lopez talked about their experiences without health care while running during COVID. Cori she not only had those issues, but while she was running, she got COVID. Oh my God, ART. Damn, thank you. A long overdue progressive heist of the DNC. Thank you. Wow. Much love. So Cori decides to run for Congress again after last time running and getting threatened by the establishment. I mean, she got death threats. She got death threats as a Ferguson protester. She got death threats when she ran for office. She was on the front lines. She took a financial risk, all because she couldn't see her community facing these pains anymore. And she had the courage to do so, and she just kept going. Even after losing, she said, I'm doing it again. And this time around, she still didn't get those endorsements coming in. Her car was shot up this cycle. She got COVID. She sacrificed financially for her family. I remember, so we were doing all these trainings in the beginning, and continuously we do calls and trainings and ask, all the candidates and campaigns ask for guidance and support, and we try to match them up with experts. It's kind of an amazing sisterhood that we've built, and they all talk to each other individually and separately. And in the beginning, it was like staff joining, and I don't think she had a campaign manager yet. And so most people, thank you, Don, most people would, oh my God, I have to go through all of these. Thank you. So most people would get another staffer to come in. But Cori, she was on a treadmill doing the calls on video. And I was like, girl, you gotta take a break. She's like, I can't rest. We gotta focus. So she was hospitalized twice for COVID. And, months later when she was in the hospital bed, I called her up and I wanted her to wish her well. And I just thought I was going to go to her voicemail. And, we talked a lot. And she answered and she had no voice. She was really struggling with her lungs. And I was like, Cori, you actually need a rest. We need you. And we didn't even know that you'd have these massive uprisings. And then she would be out on the streets again in the middle of a campaign. So what I'll say about Cori is loyal. She's not the kind of person who's going to play politics. She's going to make sure that she's got her sisters' backs because they had her back. She watches who believes in these issues, who doesn't falter, who doesn't compromise. And she was she's so rooted in the values because she's personally experienced them. And she's got years of experience. And I think that's also what makes this different, is that she has lived life. She's lived hard life. She has run and seen the pain that comes during a run and after a run. She has been smeared. She's been attacked. She's been physically attacked. She's been threatened. She's felt health consequences, and she just keeps going. it's like this woman is of another, and then it's really these amazing progressives because she is not human. She is special. And I can't begin to tell you how grateful I am to know her and to call her a friend. And on behalf of Matriarch, I know I talk about it a lot, but there's a big group of women involved in Matriarch. Amy Villela was out there on the ground working with Cori in the final days, and she's part of Matriarch. And you know, I just want to say, like, it's been such a pleasure having her as one of our founding members and one of our candidates, and I only think it's fitting that she's our first win. I mean, it's a very tough cycle for everybody, very tough. So I urge you to go check out Matriarch. We have one more, you know, we had a couple losses last night. We're hoping Rebecca Parson and Eva Putsova run again. I mean, they're extraordinary women and faced a lot of obstacles, and it was a very tough year to run. I mean, especially if you've never run before. So check out matriarchpac.com. You know, we're in a little bit of a fundraising drive because we are going to start setting up some trainings. We have one more race. San Lakey, who's running for Congress in Massachusetts for Joe Kennedy's seat. It's opening up. She's the most progressive woman in that race. She's an immigrant from Morocco. She has faced financial, I mean, her entire, oh man, her story is amazing. I'm going to have her back on so she can talk a little bit more. Yeah, Eva did do great last night, all things granted. It was a very difficult district. It's a district that is extremely gerrymandered, and COVID really affected it a lot. But I just, you know, I am really proud of the work that our team did. And, you know, yes, Matriarch PAC does have a Facebook page. I think it's just Matriarch.org. I think it's listed as Matriarch.org if I'm correct. Yeah, so I'm grateful to you all. And then while I'm sitting here and while I got you guys on the phone, because I'm holding my phone, while I've got you guys on here, we are doing a special for, thank you, Rondane! Love you, Rondane. Rondane, oh my God, Michael would have been so happy. Rondane worked on our campaign. He's volunteer. I submit events. He's such a loyal progressive. Thank you, Rondane. That's very, very sweet of you. Yeah, I thought the same thing. Michael would have been so pleased because this is exactly the kind of candidate he cared about, he likes. You know, she doesn't play games. She's just the real deal. She's the real deal. So I'm really, I wish you could have seen it, but I do think that his spirit is somewhere appreciating this moment. So, yeah. So anyways, next, for the Democratic Convention is basically going to be virtual, but we are going to do 5 days of Democratic Convention coverage. Stay tuned. We're going to be doing more. So if you haven't liked or subscribed, make sure to subscribe now because we're going to be doing 5 days of coverage with crazy coverage. We are going all in. Oh my God. Art. Thank you. Oh my God. I don't even know what to say. Thank you. It's going to be amazing. We're going to do also the RNC, but the Democratic Convention, I'm thinking like, I want to shake it up a little bit. I'm like, I want super, super progressives, amazing people that are part of the DNC that most people, you know, never get attention because it's very insidery. I want to bring on historians who've been covering parties for years. I want to bring on some neoliberals and really shine a light on them and put them in the hot seat. And we're going to go big. I hope we get all these guests, but I feel like people are going to be more accessible because of COVID and Zoom. So it's going to be super exciting. You want to check it out. Our team had a great meeting today in preparation. They were so excited because they've been really pushing me to do these things. But honestly, it was tough because we had a lot of elections, and I'm very involved with Matriarch's work, as is everybody else. Oh my God. Also, great win for Justice Democrats. Great win for Sunrise. Why is my phone shaking? Because I'm holding it. I don't have my whole thing here. I just decided to go live in a very spontaneous way. The date of the convention. Thank you, Yufio Answer. Oh my God. So Jamie Harrison, that's going to be great because Jamie Harrison was part of the DNC. Maybe I'll try to get him. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. He might be too busy right now because he's got a very tight race. But definitely want to check that out. It starts August 17th, and then the next week is the RNC, and we're still figuring out the programming on that, how we want to cover it. We also don't know. I do have a selfie stick. I just don't have it here. It will be VP. I think it's going to end up happening. I do. I think Obama's very involved in all this. Oro Valley, look at that. Interesting. I know where Oro Valley is. That was Eva's district, actually. So I'm not going to do a full rundown of the results right now. I could, but I wanted to do a quick live and just talk about Cori and what she means to the movement. I really wanted to give her this space, give you a little bit of a plug. Tanka Verde, all these Tucson people. Wow, who knew? I love it. Don't send me things, Viking. That's very sweet. No one should have to send me things, but if you do for whatever reason, you can always email us at thenomikishow@gmail.com. We also, for those who are asking about swag, the swag place is thenomikishow.com, and we have mugs, and we have bags, and we have stickers. That's where the swag is. Yeah, and if you're not a patron, always go to patreon.com/thenomikishow. During the DNC, we're going to be adding some extra interviews on there because we just have so much content going out. So if you are not a patron, that is actually what's helping our show grow so that we can do these events and we can do more explainers. We really have a lot of things we want to do, but it does take, building our channel up. It's been hard. I'm going to be honest with you. It's been very hard with COVID. We had a great start. COVID hit. The election season just got wacky, and these are very big years. As one of them was organic and the bag was made in America. I'll go check that out. Thanks for letting me know. I'm pretty sure we double checked that though. So, election years are really good for these shows usually, but we launched in a very weird election year where, people they wanted to end, as Bill Clinton said, they wanted to end the primary pretty quickly. And that's not great for ratings on cable. It's also not great for a YouTube channel that's starting up, but I think we'll make it up. I think this DNC stuff is going to be great because even though it's not a big event, it's really important. And as we're seeing with these wins, I will try to delve in as much as possible. I will bring on guests that know the history, that know how the DNC is structured, people who are willing to talk, because a lot of people aren't, and people who may not be willing to talk on that, but I could put the pieces together and we can start to get the big picture. We're going to have panels too, so people can discuss and argue. It'll be fun. Yeah, so thank you all, and I'm really excited, and I just can't believe that this happened. I'm really, really I'm just so proud of Cori because she did this on her own. She really did. She attracted amazing people. Her campaign manager, Izzy Allison, is extraordinary and was always focused. And thank you, Anna. Love to Washington State. I'm so sorry that Rebecca didn't win, but we really hope she can win next time around, that she runs next time around. And much love to everybody. And, make sure to click subscribe and share and go to our social media. I have to remember these things because we're going to be putting all our promos up there. So on Instagram, go to the Nomiki Show. On Twitter, go to the Nomiki Show. And Facebook as well. Actually, it's just Nomiki Konst on Facebook because I had an existing account there that we could just build off of. And make sure to subscribe. Art, A-R-T, Art. Wow. Man, I'm just going to stay out here. I'm kidding. Thank you. I will try to do another one of these really soon, and we can go through some of the election results. I just felt very inclined to talk about Cori because, man, Art, A-R-T, not sure if it's initials or if it's your name, but you are amazing. Like that, I can't even tell you what that pays for. I mean, that's like my microphone, basically. You just paid for my microphone. My microphone is sitting on my desk. I'm not showing you how messy my desk. No, I'm not showing you how messy my desk is. It's very messy. Yes, Derek Kilmer did get first in Washington. He's not great. Tom O'Halloran in Arizona, also not great. He is a former Republican, but I think Eva should run again. But keep in mind here, guys, we have redistricting. This. Make sure to get I got my census thing today. Make sure to do your census stuff. Name, that's that. Got it. Thanks, Art. So make sure to fill out your redistricting stuff. And there might be a selfie stick on the desk. There's not. There's a lot of hard drives. There's a microphone. There's an earpiece. There's a camera. There's a lot of stuff on my desk, but I'm not. There's a glass of wine. Left is best. Thank you, Immortal Easy. I just poured this. I don't pour a lot because I'd like to aerate it. This is a very, very nice wine glass I was given as a gift. because I don't pay for that stuff because I break them. All right. Yeah. So tell people about it. We're going to share some graphics. We are so excited about this, and we think it's going to be a really great way to talk about what's to come in the future, because next year we are going to be dealing with redistricting, and all of the lines of these districts are going to change. So while we want people to run again, a lot of these candidates may not know until 2024 at the beginning of the year, or 2023, but really it's likely to be 2024 in some states. Yeah, I should be using your Nomiki mug for wine. Sometimes I do. I usually use it for kombucha. So we definitely fill out your census. AOC, everyone's going to get redistricted a little bit, right? Redistricting happens, the districts changed. I don't think that they're going to get rid of her seat. They might move it a little bit. I think in New York, I want to double check this. I'm probably going to bring in an expert to talk about this. I think in New York, we're going to lose probably